Let's talk about the best gaming IEMs for a few minutes. What may be the reason that these are probably the best gaming IEMs? These are a collab with Fresh Reviews, who, according to his YouTube page intro, is a former professional Counter-Strike Cal-I player. And that may mean more to you than it does to me. But after listening and evaluating how these IEMs sound, my take is that his tuning for these ZiiGaat ARETE has created a sound signature that will accomplish the goal of being a high-performing gaming IEM. Now, I'm not a gamer, I'm an audiophile. However, as such, I'm experienced at critical listening and evaluating sound performance. And these ARETE, during my listening evaluations, these are not what I want for listening to my jazz music playlist. But I can hear how the strength of these IEMs will translate into advantages when playing video games when these ZiiGaat ARETEs are worn. Let me explain. Hi and welcome. I'm Hunter Gray and this is Hunter-Gray-LUV-Music. It's important to me that my music sounds beautiful when I play it. So that's why we are here talking about hi-fi gear, because your hi-fi gear, my hi-fi gear helps or hurts how the music that we love sounds. And in this case, how the sounds can help or hurt your performance in playing your video games, I guess. So slow down for a few minutes and enjoy while we have a chat about the ZiiGaat ARETE gaming tuned IEMs with one dynamic driver and 4 balanced armatures from Knowles. And if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And if after watching you've gotten something of value from the video, please hit the thumbs up. That really does help with the YouTube algorithm. And if you think you're ready to support the channel, then my Patreon link is in the description below. And alternatively, below and to the right of the share button, YouTube provides a thanks button where you can make an individual contribution to the channel for any amount that you wish to help support Hunter-Gray-LUV-Music. I'm very grateful to all of you for your support. Thanks very, very much. So, how does the tuning on the ARETE benefit you as a gamer? One, soundstage is not as much of a standout as the detail retrieval and the instrument separation and layering and imaging inside of the soundstage, but these create the soundstage that you need. The real standout is the instrument separation, or I guess in this case it's not instruments, but the separation and layering and the imaging inside of the soundstage. During my listening evaluations and comparisons, absolutely standout separation, imaging, and layering. And the detail retrieval. Again, just a standout during my comparative evaluations with other IEMs, comparable, more expensive, and less expensive. Super, super good in the detail retrieval. So it makes total sense to me how those characteristics, imaging, separation, layering, detail retrieval, translate into gaming to help you pick up sounds of threats earlier than you hear them now on what you're listening to, listening when you're playing your games. Also, the ability to correctly locate where those sounds originate from around you. This is, in music, as an audiophile, that is imaging inside the soundstage. But that crisp and precise characteristic of how these were tuned, that makes total sense to me, how that would provide a benefit and even an advantage to you in a gaming scenario. Now, I want to read to you from Linsoul's website in the listing of these ZiiGaat ARETE. They say They have concentrated bass impact with a 9 dB shelf at 300 hertz. The Arete delivers subwoofer-like bass impact without muddiness. Deep, powerful, and clean bass enhances enjoyment while maintaining a natural tone. I gotta say, I did not get a subwoofer type of sound out of here. And I did not get strong, deep bass. However, in the gaming scenario, there's a benefit from that. You want to hear the bass, but you don't want deep subwoofer kind of bass when there are sound effects of explosions and noises that will roll into the lower mids where you will miss picking up on footsteps or twigs breaking or sounds of threats around you. So while I disagree with that description of the bass, in the context of gaming performance, I think there's a benefit to that. Now, this I do agree with. Balanced monitor-like tuning. Monitor tuning means very accurate, very crisp, very clean. To me, as an audiophile, can mean boring and not as emotional and not as engaging. But monitor-like tuning, as they say, tuned like professional studio monitors, the Arete offers a natural flat mid-range from 300 hertz to 1 kilohertz. Authentic vocals and instruments with excellent layering and imaging provide an immersive listening experience, end quote. All of that I observed in my listening and comparative evaluations. And all of that makes total sense to me, that those are the characteristics that you want and you will benefit from in gaming, and that will give you an advantage when listening to the ZiiGaat ARETE when you're playing competitively, you're gaming. So that's really interesting to me and really beneficial. Next, quote, professional treble response. Arete's treble is finely tuned for clean tones and natural upper treble harmonics. Using the balanced armature Knowles 31736 tweeters, it achieves excellent extension and spaciousness, reproducing micro details without harshness and a comfortable yet detailed treble experience. For me as an audiophile, that mention of without harshness is super important, and I definitely found that. But for a gamer, the extension and spaciousness and the micro details are what you should be paying attention to in that description. And I clearly heard in my listening evaluations that from the treble, from the balanced armature tweeters from Knowles. Those micro details, again, are going to allow you to pick up and hear and react to sounds sooner. And with that excellent imaging and layering and separation, identify where within, we call the soundstage in music, but in your gaming environment, where locate in space where that sound and where that potential threat may be originating from. So again, going back to the description on the Linsoul website for these, three-way crossover. The Arete's tuning was made possible by an intricate, they say, three-way electronic crossover system, along with 3 independent acoustic sound tubes per side. This configuration provides the best separation in the frequency ranges, end quote. Now, this is where I am speculating, and it feels to me like this crossover is really noticeable and is something that I've not seen before, and I'm speculating this is responsible for some of the outstanding imaging and layering and separation that I detected. For example, the fantastic $1,300 Thieaudio Prestige LTD has a 5-way crossover. By contrast, some IEMs have what their specs say is a passive crossover. For instance, the Thieaudio Monarch Mark III says it has a 4-way passive crossover with 4 soundboards. Both of these Thieaudio, the Monarch Mark III and the Prestige Limited, are much more expensive IEMs than this $249 ZiiGaat ARETE. But I bring this up because I really suspect that this 3-way crossover with the 3 separate sound tubes per ear plays a significant role in explaining why the ARETE may be possibly the best gaming IEMs available. So that's just a few more thoughts that I had on the ZiiGaat ARETE X-Fresh Reviews Collab Gaming IEMs. I want to say thank you for watching, and my goal is to help you reach and enjoy your hi-fi happy place. And most definitely, please come back to this channel. And thank you again for watching, and I will see you again on the next video. Cheers for now.